What happens when you take a stock Honda Passport on a trail made for lifted rock crawlers? You're about to find out. Today on At Your Leisure with Chad and Corby Booth, Chad and his daughter see how badly they can damage a perfectly good AYL fleet vehicle. From there, Bob Hendricks takes us to Glen Canyon, where potential land closures are on the horizon, but your comments can change the outcome. Finally, join me, Stephen Human, as I look north and find an outdoor home.
So are you having fun yet? If you're not, just stick around, because At Your Leisure is next.
Terrible noise. That was so bad.
It sounded scary, but we made it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. Today, I'm Chad Booth, along with my daughters and my once-on-the-car mud flap from the At Your Leisure mobile. Kira, Maggie, and I are down here at Logandale, Nevada on the Logandale Trail System for the 30th annual Hump and Bump. Later on in the show, we're going to have them do a couple of these obstacles. The Hump and Bump is a great activity. We've been here before, and so far I've seen license plates from as far away as Texas here. The Logandale Trail System is alongside the Valley of Fire State Park in southern Nevada. It's rugged country with areas of checked, hard, steep rocks, ramparts, cliffs, and things that you have to drive over very, very slowly. It gives way into an area where there's absolutely beautiful, scenic, fire-red rock. It is definitely worthwhile. We will continue with our journey. We've got some more obstacles ahead. The girls are going to try their hand at a couple of them. Right now it's time to go to our travel adventure, which takes us north across the U.S. border. Well, if you would like to head up to Jasper, let me remind you that this is not just a one-event destination town like many of the ski resorts in the United States. You can go skiing one day, you can go explore ice caves and canyons the next day, you can go snowshoeing, cross-country skiing. They have everything right there in one town, enough to keep you busy, and enough restaurants, I might add, to keep you busy for a whole week. Well, there's a lot of variety on the trail here with the Hump and Bump, the 30th annual. I've got a couple of the staff members here, Doug Fenner and Mark Adams. Doug, let me ask you a question. If somebody looks and goes, you know, that looks like it'd be kind of fun, but I don't think I could do that, and they've got a standard four-wheel drive, is there an activity for them here?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. This particular trail we're on, with a little bit of spotting and some finesse driving, you can do it.
Mark, if you have a modified or a buggy, you're not left out with just doing like a blah blah trip here either, are you?
Oh, far from it. We've got some obstacles here and trails that will wobble your knees, from rock buggy down to a fairly stock 4x4 vehicle. We do have a tech inspection for every vehicle, and we will, as trail guides, we'll walk through the group and see what we've got going on the trail and do some advising at that point in time, which we missed you, or we would have warned you.
Well, we knew that this one was going to be a little tricky. I mean, we got away with what? One good case of bumper rash and a loosened mud flap. I think that's a good price to pay.
That is a good price to pay.
Well, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
We'll have more of At Your Leisure from the 30th annual Hump and Bump down here on the Logandale Trail System in southern Nevada. When we come back, it'll be time for our product review. Welcome back to At Your Leisure at the 30th annual Hump and Bump in southern Nevada on the Logandale Trail System. And believe me, there is just every kind of four-wheel drive experience for this event you can imagine. Right now we've got some of the guys who are coming back from a 12-mile scenic loop, which includes a little stop off at the Sand. This is Jeff Jorgensen. Jeff is one of the organizers of the Hump and Bump. Jeff, do you know how this all started?
Started with a bunch of guys just getting together for an outing, and they decided to do an event, and they came up with the name Hump and Bump. And it's been getting bigger and bigger. In the last 3 years, we've been basing it out of the Clark County Fairgrounds.
Jeff, a lot of people will just think that this is, oh great, let's throw a party, let's send out some flyers and have everybody meet at Logandale, but really there's a lot of work that goes into putting an event like this.
It starts at the beginning of the day after we finished the last Up and Bump, and this year is it's significantly larger than before. So, and then we're of course we're having a big raffle, and the proceeds of that raffle go toward land access. And good causes like that. We also support the community with some of their events and things that they do. Battered Wives Home, things like that.
I mean, that is great.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Right now it's time for us to go to this week's Trailhead Adventure. You know, we're talking about permits and access, and that's an issue that is currently unfolding at Glen Canyon National Recreation Area as the park starts to review off-road vehicle recreation to determine whether it's legitimate in that area. Here's the story. If you'd like a little more information about the situation at Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, go to our website. But I encourage you, if you are interested or concerned about driving privileges on the dirt roads and the Jeep trails and the ATV routes around Glen Canyon, two places you can go. You can go to the Glen Canyon National Recreation official webpage and you can fill out a comment form, or you can go to sharedtrails.org, and they've got a process in their action alerts that'll take you right through it. I encourage you, even if you have to stop watching the show, make your feelings about this known. All right, Kira's feelings are known about this. She's about ready to handle an obstacle. Are you ready, Kira? Passenger, passenger. Good, straight. Good, keep coming. Good job, Kira. Keep coming, keep coming. Keep coming. Okay, a little bit driver. A little bit driver. Oh, she's a pro. She's just in her blood. I'm proud of her. That was cool. All right. Listen, stay with us. We'll be back with a little more of At Your Leisure at the 30th Annual Hump and Bump, where my kids are rock stars. When we come back, we'll have some great information about some upcoming events. Yay! Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are here at the 30th Annual Hump and Bump. Maggie's about ready to try her own hump and bumping. This is her first time driving off-road. Her older sister Kira's done it a few times, but has had plenty of challenges on this. We've been at the top end of our machine's capabilities today. There goes Maggie. This is her turn to try the obstacles, and this is her first time actually off-roading. So right now, why don't we take a look at next week's show?
It's an AYL Thanksgiving next week as the cast and crew spend the holiday cooking in the outdoors at a location that you wouldn't think of as your next Thanksgiving spot. We turn it into one. Then we'll find out why these bikers are so thankful. It's all here on our AYL Thanksgiving special next week.
Okay, you've got to look at next week's show. Now you got to look at dinner. If this hasn't been enough fun for you today to convince you to come down next year and try the hump and bump, well, the dinner should definitely do it. We're in dinner line right now. I'm here with Tammy Obrimsky, and she's the president of the club. And if you want to go to the hump and bump next year, we want to remind you again how to get in touch with you. You go to
vv4w.org. We're ready for you.
All right, well, that's it. That's how you get there. If you forget, go to the At Your Leisure website. We'll see you next week. Between now and then, make sure that you get out with your family and friends and enjoy the great outdoors at your leisure. We need some dinner, Tammy. Jorgensen, who is president, right?
No.
Vice president. So if you... sorry.